Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A family living in terror tonight, targeted by an arsonist who set multiple vehicles on fire and tried to burn down their home. That family installed security cameras hoping to stop the attacks, but instead they caught the incidents on video. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Ty Steele.
And I'm Kimberly Gill. Walina Payne says this all began back in May when a neighbor ran to her house saying someone set her truck on fire. Since then, she's been targeted 2 more times, with the most recent attack happening on the 4th of July.
Victor Williams spoke with her as she struggles to feel safe in her own home.
Yeah, this is a clear case of arson that just keeps happening over and over again, with the home targeted and now 2 vehicles as well. The homeowner is wanting something done before it's too late.
The truck on fire out here.
Some will never know what it's like to be awakened by a neighbor telling you your car's on fire.
Open the door.
But for Walina Payne, it's the 3rd case of arson in less than a month.
The first time any of this happened started in May.
May 24th to be exact, when an unknown man came by and torched this pickup truck in the middle of the night. And just a week later, on May the 30th, the culprit came back to set fire to Walina's home while she was there with her daughter and 4 grandkids.
I woke up, me and the kids, just smelling smoke, and we came outside. The side of the house was smoking. We initially thought it was an electrical fire.
The latest incident on July the 4th was when fire was set to Walina's new Jeep Renegade. And this seemed like it was a real nice car.
It was, yeah, it's 2018 Jeep Renegade. I just got it in September.
The biggest question right now, who would do this and why? Walina says she knows exactly who's responsible after an ongoing conflict with someone who knows her daughter.
The person we told them haven't been taken in for questioning or none of that.
We're blurring the face of the person broadcasting this Facebook Live video because she's yet to be charged, but Walina says she made it clear she has no problem targeting innocent women and children.
I've been seeing a lot of people saying, you know, mamas and kids and stuff is off limits. I wasn't taught that. I ain't gonna lie.
We had just went to the police station and filed another complaint before this even happened.
And of course, DPD is looking into this matter. It's all under investigation, but they do need tips. So if you know anything, you live in the area of Moenart Street, go ahead and give them a call. They plan to hold the people responsible to the fullest extent of the law. But if you'd also like to help this family out during this rough and unfortunate time that was unexpected, head over to clickondetroit.com. Live tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Thank you, Victor.
New tonight, just in the last hour and a half, President Trump announced he is ready to hit Canada with a 35% tariff on all imports starting next month. He said on social media that this move comes in response to Canada's retaliatory tariff against the U.S. Right now, Canadian imports not covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement face a 25% tariff, but this would increase that to 35%. The president says he'll be sharing more details on his tariff plans in the coming days, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more. New video released by Warren Police is giving us a better understanding of what led up to a high-speed chase and a deadly shooting involving a Detroit man on the city's east side.
So police say the chase began after an attempted arson and domestic violence call in Warren. When officers got there, the suspect, Rakim Wright, had already taken off. They found him a short time later, which sparked that chase. At a press conference today, police showed dash cam footage of Wright firing several shots at officers from his vehicle. Wright then jumped out near his mother's home. Police found him on the ground with a gunshot wound to the head. They say Wright shot himself, pushing back against claims that officers shot him.
You see a suspect with no regard for the lives or safety of his own children, the community, law enforcement, or even himself. You also see the men and women of the Warren Police Department placing themselves in harm's way to prevent Mr. Wright from ending more lives that day, including likely committing the ultimate act of domestic violence, killing the female victim.
Police said they felt forced to release this video because of blatantly incorrect stories claiming officers were responsible for Wright's death.
A McDonald's manager has died after being stabbed by a coworker. It happened this morning at the East Point location on 9 Mile. Police say it started when manager Jennifer Harris sent an employee home early after an argument. Police say the employee came back a short time after with a knife and stabbed Harris in the face, killing her. Now Harris's family and police are left shocked. wondering how a workplace dispute could turn so violent. Here's the victim's daughter.
I don't understand why she had to kill her. It was not fair. My mama didn't deserve that. My mama was even good to her. She was good to everybody.
Co-workers over simple verbal dispute showed zero regard of another human being, or another human life, and now life is lost over something that is not that serious. I mean, everybody having verbal disputes, they should not lead to violence by any means.
Now, after the stabbing, the suspect tried to leave, but a customer who was carrying a concealed weapon at the time fired a gun and then held the suspect until police could get there. Officers took the suspect into custody soon after that, but they have still not released her identity.
Kelly Bryant, the Pontiac mother accused of leaving her 3 kids alone for years, is trying to convince a judge to dismiss her case. Bryant appeared in court for a pre-trial hearing today. Her attorney filed a motion claiming the judge abused her discretion to move the case to trial. That motion was denied. Bryant's lawyer says they plan to appeal. The next court date is 2 weeks away. Bryant remains out on bond. A 19-year-old facing charges in a shooting that happened just before the Ford fireworks in downtown Detroit appeared today in court. Alfonso Cooper Jr. pleaded not guilty to opening fire on a 17-year-old, allegedly over a $200 debt. The gunfire also hit a bystander. Both victims were hospitalized and are expected to fully recover. Cooper was arrested Monday after being on the run for days. His bond is set at $500,000, and he's scheduled to return to court next week.
4 men arrested in a series of pharmacy break-ins around Metro Detroit are now facing federal charges. Jalen, Jonathan, and Christopher Richardson, yes, all brothers, are accused of being behind multiple break-ins. Another suspect, Devon Davis, is also accused in these crimes. So a police helicopter, take a look, spotted 3 of them jumping out of a rental car and breaking into a pharmacy in Farmington Hills. Officers on the ground moved in and arrested them. The driver tried to make a run for it, dumping the car in Detroit and then taking off on foot, but police tracked him down.
Border Patrol agents say a dangerous gang member from El Salvador is off the streets tonight. The suspected MS-13 member was caught this weekend in Sterling Heights after officers arrested 2 men following a disturbance at a local motel. One of the men admitted to being part of MS-13, which is a designated foreign terrorist organization. Agents say he spent 20 years in prison for murder. They also found crystal meth at the scene. Both men were in the country illegally and are now facing deportation.
As President Trump's immigration crackdown is in the spotlight, a new study shows a slight rise in the number of Hispanic adults worried about themselves or someone close to them being deported. So the Pew Research Center talked to nearly 700 U.S. Latinos earlier this year, and they found that 42% said they are concerned about deportation affecting them or their family. That's up from 39% in 2021 during the Biden administration. Party affiliation also plays a big role in this. About half of Latino Democrats and Democratic-leaning independents said they are worried. That's compared to just 30% of Latino Republicans and Republican-leaning independents.
Detroit City officials are stepping in tonight to help a woman dealing with constant flooding in her apartment. Raven Carter and her mother, Judy Terry, say living at Lexington Village Apartments has been an absolute nightmare. Water has been leaking through several parts of their apartment. Raven says things got worse when she was called names by workers in the apartment office after she reported the problem. We tried to contact the apartment complex's management, but were sent to voicemail. City officials say they're putting Raven up in a hotel and plan to send an inspector out Friday. Now to a big story in Wayne County. A judge just ruled Northville must open its downtown streets within the next 7 days. The closures, you might remember, began back in 2020 as a safety measure during the COVID-19 pandemic. But 5 years later, here we are. Business owners and neighbors have still been dealing with blocked streets. The Northville city manager released a statement expressing disappointment from City Hall. We also spoke to several business owners today to hear their thoughts about this. And you can hear from them by heading to this story on our website, clickondetroit.com. And one of Michigan's biggest free festivals returned today. The Woodhaven, the Uncle Sam Jam it's an annual event there. And it comes to the Downriver community's Independence Day celebrations. It's a bunch of things that happen around this time of year.
Super fun, free to get in. The rides, of course, aren't free. There's more than 40 carnival rides, a petting zoo, and a live music by local and regional artists. If you missed out today, not to worry. The fun returns to Civic Center Park tomorrow, and it runs all weekend long.
And the heat will be something you'll want to plan for, though, if you do head out there.
Especially those slides.
Forewarned meteorologist Ron Hilliard tracking the conditions tonight. Ron, the humidity is once again a factor.
That is right. You know, we are going to be seeing those temps on the rise, the humidity on the rise, and the rain chances and thunderstorm chances returning as well. Kimberly and Ty, the heat is on. It is going to be in full appearance and full display this weekend. Right now, we are mostly ranging between 65 and 75 here in Southeast Michigan, with 65 for us in Ann Arbor, 65 also in Flint. We're slightly cooler with 64 in Port Huron, about 75 right now in Romulus, and slightly warmer with 76 in downtown Detroit. So we are seeing partly cloudy to mostly cloudy conditions in Southeast Michigan, but not seeing any rain showers right now. Showers and thunderstorms popping up near Chicago and Milwaukee. That will be moving into Southeast Michigan come tomorrow. But tonight, things are pleasant. We're seeing those temps dropping down into the 60s. But again, those showers and thunderstorms are on the way, and they bring a chance of becoming strong. I'm going to talk about the timing of that and those risks coming up in a few minutes.